It's that time of year again when gift guide videos flood your feeds, but since many of you enjoyed last year's video, I thought I'd put together an updated video showcasing my favourite retro gaming products of the year. The products in this video do vary. I talk about handhelds, books, controllers, vinyls, games and more. All vary in price too, from the cheapest being around £40 to the most expensive being £400. So hopefully you'll find something that tickles your fancy. Let's jump in. First on the list is something I have been working on for about a year now, and you may have seen it across our socials because I'm incredibly proud of it, and that's our new premium coffee table book titled A Handheld History that we built in collaboration with Lost in Cult. A Handheld History is an explorative jaunt through the systems and games that define the legacy of portable consoles. Less of historical accounts and more of a poignant, introspective adventure across decades of gaming memories. This book will reconnect you to the long car trip filled with coloured blocks, Mewtwo's and discarded AA batteries before speeding ahead to our contemporary days of OLED screens and blockbusters in your backpack. Handheld gaming is a cornerstone tenet of the industry, one that has spawned communities who exchange Miis on the subway and Pokemon on the playground. Friendships were made in this pocket of the medium, and it ought to be celebrated loudly and across 270 beautifully assembled pages of art and essays, featuring words from Jason Bradbury, Janet Garcia, Jeff Grubb, Mike Diver, Larry Bundy Jr., Ashens, and many more incredible voices. This is an unmissable ode to the handheld device that you keep close to your heart. Originally we sold out just weeks after announcing it, but the good news is that we have an extra 500 units ready to be shipped, and they are going live on November the 25th on Lost in Cult's website. They will be immediately shipped and basically there before Christmas. So if you don't want to miss out, be sure to snag a copy because this is our last 500 units before we create a smaller, less artistic variant mid next year. So don't miss out, and if you are watching this after the 25th of November, head to handheldhistory.com to snag yourself a copy. One of my favourite retro handhelds of the last few years is this, the RG353M, a metal handheld emulator that can play most of your retro games up to and including Dreamcast and PSP. Just picture that for a second. Pokemon, Midnight Club, Crash Bandicoot and Sonic Adventure all in your pocket, ready to be played with the push of a button. That power combined with the impeccable build quality is why this handheld from Anbernic is my go-to when I'm travelling or if I'm chilling on the sofa while my partner binge watches Love is Blind until early hours of the morning. It features a bright 3.5-inch touchscreen display and comes preloaded with an easy-to-use Linux operating system built by Anbernic to make it easy for newcomers to the handheld scene. Just add your own ROM files and this thing will play your entire retro gaming collection up to Dreamcast games. The design of the handheld is different from the last year's RG351M, making it slightly smaller, lighter and far more portable, but this time with more power. Yes, it does have some cheaper competition on the market, but no other handheld matches this build quality, and no other manufacturer dares to make a metal handheld. At the moment of making this video, this is my favourite handheld on the market at this moment in time, or let's say affordable handheld. It comes everywhere with me. I have far too many of these GridStudio pieces of art. It featured in last year's gift guide, and since then they have grown their product line and thankfully featured far more handhelds to choose from. My recent snag is this, the Nintendo DS variant, which is slightly larger than my other pieces. GridStudios quite simply takes apart broken consoles, controllers, and technology and presents them in a taxidermy style, with bits, buttons, and boards placed inside of a clean black frame that can be hung up or placed on a shelf. The unboxing experience is great too, with each frame being gift wrapped and hot waxed used to seal the ribbon together. This gives off a premium feel and will undoubtedly make retro gamers excited when they see this under their Christmas tree. GridStudios have an upcoming sell-on for Black Friday that reduces all pieces of art by 15% off. So if you're on the market for one or want to give it as a gift, there's a link below just for you. One of my favourite wireless controllers is the 8BitDo Pro 2, more specifically the limited edition transparent purple variant which was released just a few months ago. This controller works with Nintendo Switch, Windows, Android, Mac and Steam, making it an all-round powerhouse for those of you that like gaming on multiple platforms. This controller is designed with comfortability and ease of use in mind. Each button is located perfectly, allowing for very little movement of the fingers when playing. It's inspired by the classic SNES controller. It has added longer grips, a large D-pad for fighting games, chunky analog sticks, and even back buttons for those of you that like mapping keys to your own playstyle. The Pro 2 gives you many more ways to play, as it has custom profile switch buttons which allow you to switch through your gaming profiles on the fly, making transitions between games and consoles even more fluid. It's truly a great wireless controller, and for only $50 is the only controller you'll need on your desk. I love it. One little device that I think is absolutely adorable and I can't get enough of it is the new Zelda gaming watch that was launched last year and is still in stock everywhere today. This is an old remake from the old classic handheld from 1980 and comes with some new modern features that makes it a great pick up and play device should you be wanting to play games on your desk, on the bus or on the sofa. The new gaming watch features a new bright coloured screen alongside USB charging and a few games pre-installed, making it slightly different compared to the originals that could only play 1 or 2 games. On this device you get the option to play the original Zelda, the Zelda 2 The Adventure of Link, and The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening that was launched originally on the Game Boy in 1993. That's 3 fairly large games, all in this classic Game & Watch form factor, allowing you hours upon hours of gameplay from something that had games that typically only really lasted a few minutes. Overall, it's a great, inexpensive gift for not only Zelda fans, but retro gamers too. It's incredibly slim and lasts a few hours on a single charge, making it a great travel companion for those obsessed with Zelda. Brandon, I thought you said this was a retro gaming gift guide. It is, and although the Steam Deck isn't really retro, it's currently one of the best handhelds on the market for any type of gaming. The Steam Deck has blown all competition out of the water thanks to the impressive power matched with the surprisingly low $399 price tag. The deck was primarily built to take your Steam games on the go, allowing high-end PC performance from a handheld. If you want to play some of your latest games, you can do that knowing it will likely play it well. If you want to play retro games, the simple install of an emulator allows you to push the internals to pull out great gaming performance on typically hard to emulate games. PlayStation 2 and GameCube emulation is possible on here, and even though it's like playing on King Kong's big toe and the battery life is less than the average time spent on a toilet, it does allow for an all-round epic gaming experience on many generations of consoles. This is the ultimate gaming gift of the year, and thankfully Steam have managed to ship out everyone's orders, meaning when you order it, it's already being delivered within a week or two, which is something that can't be said about its competitors. Community meets a high quality product, which has turned the Steam Deck into one of the best handhelds of the year, maybe even the decade. I'm a little late to the record player party, and although at first I thought it was just a random hype for an overpriced way to play your music, once I purchased an actual record player, I immediately understood the magic it brings to my ears. With this purchase, I discovered the never-ending market for gaming soundtracks on vinyl, and I was pleasantly surprised to find that there was some absolute belters. The nice guys over at Pixel Crib sent us some out to feature in this video, my favourite being the soundtrack from Pokemon Gold and Silver wrapped in this beautiful display case. Pixel Crib also sent over a Mortal Kombat record and the popular Hang On To Your Hat, a vinyl dedicated to Super Mario 64 with incredible funky remixes all packaged up into gold vinyls and in what looks like an art book. There's so many to choose from, and you'll certainly find a vinyl that meets your needs. Pixel Crib were nice enough to send over these and give all of the Retro Dodo viewers free worldwide shipping using the code RetroDodo at checkout. If you're obsessed with Game Boys like me, then you'll be happy to know that there's now a way to play physical cartridges on your PC. This is called the GB Operator, a snazzy little device made by a company called Epilogue, and it simply allows you to play, edit, and erase Game Boy data using the cartridges. It's a well-designed dock that connects your cartridge to the USB port on your PC or Steam Deck. It comes ready with a piece of software that makes it easy for you to load up the game in seconds, and connects to a Bluetooth controller to help you play games in a more modern way. Not only that, it also allows you to manage your cartridge files. For example, you can download the save data of any cartridge, allowing you to keep specific game saves or photos from the Game Boy camera on your PC for when you need to come back to it. This is useful for those of you that play large games like Pokemon, for example, when you don't want to lose the save data or your Pokemon. It also helps with those that like to design your own Game Boy games. You simply insert a blank cartridge and install your ROMs onto it, allowing game designers and artists to create their own homebrew games with ease. It's a great $50 gift for Game Boy fans. No longer will you lose your saves. It can also detect counterfeit cartridges, and it works on Windows, Linux, and Macs. You can get 10% off using the code RetroDodo at checkout, making it just $45. With it coming up to Christmas, it means that there's a launch of many new games, and two that I think will make a great gift for any retro gamer is the new Sonic Frontiers and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Sonic Frontiers takes the Sonic franchise to a whole other level, with superb graphics, fast-paced gameplay, challenging puzzles, and big bosses to destroy. The open world nature allows gamers to go at their own pace, all while exploring a new style and a world that hasn't really been seen in any Sonic game before. Our team have been writing guides for it since launch, and we can comfortably say it has been worth the wait, even though it feels a little different. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is here with a bunch of new Pokemon, some that you can ride on like a bike, and some that allow for a new way of battling. Just like Pokemon Legends and Sword and Shield, this game takes Pokemon fans through a massive open world, giving you the chance to explore it in your own way. It's an easy to play, laid back game that doesn't need too much concentration, allowing all ages to get involved. It could be the Nintendo Game of the Year, so it's worth snagging one for your friend or yourself. Just remember to pick Quaxley. He's the best starter Pokemon out there. And last but certainly not least is the world's smallest folding handheld. This is the Funkey S. You may have seen this featured across our socials from time to time because I personally absolutely love it. It has been designed and launched by a small team of friends that have a love for handhelds, more specifically the Game Boy Advance SP. Yes, the screen is tiny, but that's what makes this handheld so magical. It fits on your keychain and is always there when you need it. Perhaps you're waiting for your bus or picking your kids up from school. Just open it up and it's already waiting from where you left off. You'll also be surprised to know that this device can play retro games up to and including PlayStation 1. That's right, this tiny device can play the classic Crash Bandicoot without hiccups. It comes in a wide number of different colors too, my personal favorite being their new ice blue, and don't worry if you're buying it for someone who doesn't really understand handhelds. This thing has a pre-installed operating system that's very easy to use, and there's easy to understand manuals that helps you to download and install ROMs. This is a great gift for any type of gamer, and it's a handheld that will last for years to come. Just make sure not to sit on it. And there you have it, our retro gaming gift guide for 2022. I hope you enjoyed it. There are links below to all of the products featured. And don't forget, if you want to snag one of the 500 copies of A Handheld History, head over to handheldhistory.com on the 25th of November to get one, because I'm sure they will sell out quickly. And if you do get in with an order quick, we'll ship it to you before Christmas as well. There you have it. I hope you have a great Christmas and a new year, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.